Hello everyone, it's Breakmaster here, and today I have something very different for you guys. So this is my LEGO Insectoids Invasion book. It's a very interesting book that combines both background information on the Insectoid line, plus it also has a game as well. So it's a very nice book. It was released in 1998, and yeah, it's a pretty interesting thing, so let's get into it. Alright, so this is what it looks like when you open to the first page, and before I go any further, I'm not going to be reading everything in this book because it would take a very, very long time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my camera over every part of the book. So if you want to read anything, feel free to press the pause button because you'll find out a lot about the series just by reading this book. So yeah, let's get into this. So here on the first page, it basically gives you a background information on the Insectoid line. So long story short, the Insectoids are really a group of aliens called the Zotaxians that fled their planet after this dictator took power, and they decided to fly to this other planet called Holox, which is a pretty hazardous world that has this population of these huge bugs called the Bilgin bugs, and the Bilgin bugs are very unhappy that the Insectoids came, and they wanted to destroy them all. So the Insectoids decided that they would disguise their vehicles to make them look like bugs so they could fit in to the local population. And that actually worked, and that's how the Insectoids have been living on that planet. And while they're there, they also are mining these crystals called Volt Stones, which are going to power their vehicles. So, yeah, it's basically the whole summary of the Insectoid line. As you can see, there's also things from other series like Explorians that are in here, as well as Spirius, Aquazone, even some Technic, which is kind of strange. So, yeah, don't be surprised if you see something that doesn't have anything to do with Insectoids. This book also has these little holes here, which act as portals. That's basically most of the things that I know of the game, is that they're portals and they're traveling on the planet of Holox. So, yeah, you can see that there are some sets that I have actually reviewed, like the Celestial Stinger, the Planetary Prowler, and the Arachnoid Starbase isn't here, but yeah, I've reviewed those sets before. The Glacial Highway. This is the Icy Crevasse, which basically looks like a continuation of the Glacial Valley. There's the Arachnoid Starbase there in the center. And there's usually one little portal that kind of shows you a preview of what the next page will look like, and that's what this one does right here, and you can see it's not icy anymore. So, whoops. Here is a place called the Glass Barrier, and you can see that there's some of the Bilgin bugs that live here, and they are spiders like this one and that one. So yeah, it looks like a pretty hazardous place, and I think the whole thing about this page is so you don't get eaten by these huge spiders. So yeah, it looks pretty dangerous, and I don't know what all these symbols mean, and yeah, I don't know what they represent, so yeah, unfortunately I don't know that. Here's this page here, which looks like a continuation of the last one. And there's this huge spider here in the middle, which is probably the main opponent when it comes to spiders. Again, you can see some Explorians in there as well. And the Exploring Starship, which I did review a while ago now. The Devil's Tusk. This is yet another strange place on the planet of Holox. Here's the lizard's lair, where there actually are these lizards right here. And they're definitely not bugs, because they're reptiles, but they definitely are a form of hostile life on this planet. the fossil forest. Very interesting looking trees or plants or, I don't know, very interesting things. And you can see this warp wing fighter, the UFO, caught in this web. Here's the steaming swamp, which is kind of strange because it says that don't get eaten by the aqua sharks, but the aqua sharks are actually vehicles, which is kind of strange. So the vehicles have become carnivorous. Very interesting twist, though. And you can see that there's some spirochetes right here that have been caught in the river, like the Robo Guardian, the Saucer Centurion. This is the Golden River, which is molten lava. So you're basically trying to step on all the stones and don't fall in. But that shouldn't be too hard for the Insectoids because most of the vehicles are not ground vehicles that they have. There's a Technic set right there too. I think that's Technic. Here's the Valley of Venomous Vents. So I'm guessing that this rainbow liquid that's flowing throughout this area is not something to be trifled with. Try to stay away. Just like oil kind of in the sun. Looks almost rainbow-ish. So the fermenting vats. So right here, I'm guessing these are the things that are fermenting and bubbling and everything. So you can also see there's a celestial stinger flying out of this little hole there. Very interesting. And now we're starting to get to the end of the book, the Flaming Furnace. And this page has a lot of different kind of surface area. So you can see that there's this red ground, some icy patch, a greener patch, and you can see there's some lightning up there and some lava over there. So this is a very interesting area. Kind of combines a lot of things. And now we are done with the game section. So just like in the front, it doesn't have the game, so it basically gives you a summary on some of the insectoid vehicles. And yeah, some of them have these different names here than they actually have on the box. And I don't know what that is, but what that's about, but it's alright. This is called, well, when I reviewed it, and what it was called for me, it was called the Beta Buzzer. Here it's called the Mosquito Scat. And right here is the Mantis Scavenger, which was also called, I think, the Cosmic Creeper. And the Space Swarm, which was called the Celestial Stinger. So, yeah, it's basically it for this book, and this is what it says here at the back. So, looks like there's some other sets: the Gold Robber, Jewel Thief, Spycatcher, Treasure Smuggler, the Castle Mystery, and the Curse of the Mummy. I can tell the Curse of the Mummy is probably an adventures thing, and the Castle, definitely Castle, and Gold Robber is probably some kind of crime city thing. So, yeah, it's a pretty interesting little book, and yeah, I would highly recommend it if you get it. It's something a bit different for me to do. Usually I would review a set or show you a mock, but yeah, I thought this would be pretty interesting to show, and I don't think anyone on YouTube has showed this book before, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all later. Bye!